Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Well, hello everyone, and a good Tuesday evening to you, and welcome to Kindred, as tonight right here on yourliveevent.com, North Dakota Class A Volleyball is on the docket as the number 4 ranked Kindred Vikings, 9-2 overall in the season, take on the 6-3 Mayport CG Patriots. Here a very good non-region matchup here, Region 1 versus Region 2 competition on your way here from Kindred. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight. This is our pregame show. We will preview the matchup, talk with the head coaches, as well as look at our out-of-town scoreboard and more when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Jobs that changed.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Back here on yourliveevent.com, Brady Siebel's with you here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Let's meet the two teams here tonight. We'll start with the visitors making the road trip south. The Mayport CG Patriots coming into tonight 6-3 overall. 1-0 in Region 2 play. Picked up a victory against Hillsboro Central Valley a couple of weeks ago, first week of September. Interesting for Mayport CG, this is their first game in 12 days. They last saw the court on September 11th, have had 12 days off since then, and now back into competition here tonight. It's time for our pregame coaches' comments. We'll talk with the head coach for Mayport CG, Stacy Hansen. Coach, as we kind of hit this latter part of September, just kind of talk about where your team's at so far.
So far, I guess it seems like we haven't played since September 11th, I think. So we've been off for a little while, but, the girls are figuring some things out. We're trying some new things and positions and whatnot. So, our season's coming along. We're, not even quite halfway done yet. So the girls have been doing all right. We've had one tournament and a few regular season games and, just trying to figure things out right at this point.
Yeah, just kind of talk about that. Like you mentioned, almost now 2 weeks since your last game. Just kind of, what have you been working on? What have kind of the practices been like these last 2 weeks now?
Well, trying to get better illness-wise is one piece to it. And, we just trying to break some things down, work on some separate skill things. We've had time to do a little bit more of that and work on some rotations. So just whatever needs some polishing, we've been trying to work on some of those things.
And a good Kindred Viking squad here tonight. Talk about what you know about them.
They're tall, they're young, they have a good offense. We're going to have to be ready to keep the ball off the net so that we aren't getting that ball blocked at us. So our defense has to be on their toes, and we're just going to be ready to play, not think and just go play.
Talk about, with that a non-region game, just how nice is it to, get these quality non-region games against a team like Kindred?
Yeah, they're a great team. They've beaten Northern Cass, they've beaten Oak Grove, and we lost to them, both of them. We played in our first 2 opening games of the season. So they're very good competition. So you never know. We could see them at the end of the year when you get to postseason play. So it's a great opportunity for us to get better and to see great competition.
Stacey, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. More to come on YourLiveEvent.com.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com, let's talk about the home team here tonight in the Kindred Vikings, coming into tonight 9-2 overall, 3-1 in region play. Last week going 2-0 in region play, picking up a 3-1 victory on Tuesday against Oak Grove. And then last Thursday, traveling on the road at Lisbon, picking up the straight set victories against the Broncos. Head coach for the Kindred Vikings is Autumn Schaefer, and her pregame coach's comments. Coach, as we hit this mid part of September, now later part of September, just kind of talk about what you've seen from your girls so far this season.
We've seen a lot of growth just in the few games that we've had already. Our serve receive has been really good, so we're hoping to continue that throughout the season.
Just talk about, with that growth, just talk about what you've been, seeing from your girls out of your practice that kind of has been able to translate to games early on in this season.
Sure. We've talked a lot about our volleyball IQ and how we've kind of been working that muscle with them early in the preseason. And so we've been doing a lot more of breaking things down and letting them kind of look at things with their own eye and kind of evaluate and critical think on their own a little bit before we kind of step in and help them with that. And so that's something we've been doing a lot in practice that they've been able to kind of take and make their own.
New, obviously, the changes here in North Dakota Volleyball, now in this Class A division. Just kind of talk about, the changes throughout and just kind of the adjustment you've had to make so far this season.
Yeah, I love that we've switched our division. I think it's really nice that we get to see everybody a couple of times, so it's not just that one and done game anymore. So being able to kind of learn from our mistakes and see how we can change our game to play better than we played the last time is something that's been very beneficial.
Talk about with that as well, now that we're kind of getting in, a month or so of the season, just kind of talk about the mindset, the health of the girls here as in this grind of a North Dakota volleyball season.
Yeah, I would just say that they've really had to transition and learn how to play more as a team and be more of that family perspective. How can I support and be better for the person next to me, not just for myself? So really growing them out of that me and that like high ego kind of mindset, and more so in I'm here to do what the team needs. I'm here to help the person next to me, and I want to see success throughout the team, throughout the program, and not just within their own selves.
A strong opponent here in the Mayport CG Patriots. Talk about what you know about the Patriots.
Yeah, so just even from playing them last year, I know they have some strong hitters. They have some big blocks as well, and so we just have to play smart, and we have to get our blocks up against them as well.
Obviously, a non-region game, but just how important is it, to have one of these games in this part of the season against a really good quality opponent?
It's really good. It helps us show what things we're doing really well, what things we can still work on. I think it's always nice, too, just if we can, regardless of the win or lose, being able to play at and compete at a high level helps them build and grow throughout the season.
Autumn, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, stick around. More to come on yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Back here on yourliveevent.com. Again, thanks for joining us here on YLE tonight. Kindred and Mayport CG. And for all you Kindred fans, a reminder, Trey Teberg for the Vikings is up for the Youth Athlete Play of the Year. Currently, we are in the semifinal round. It started on September 19th. It ends on Thursday, September 25th. The top competitors from each quarterfinal group will be divided into semifinal groups, which is where we're at. The votes were reset, and public voting will determine the top semifinalists from each group, who will then advance to the finals. The finals then begin September 26th and end on October 2nd. Where the public voting will decide the winner in the 2025 Youth Athlete of the Year competition. The grand prize winner will be announced on or before October 17, 2025. To vote for Trey, go to athleteoftheyear.org/2025/Trayton-1C00 to vote for him for the Youth Athlete Play of the Year, Trey Teberg for the Kindred Vikings. Take a look here at our Region 1 standings and Region 2 standings here for both teams here in this new Class A volleyball season. The Valley City Highlanders, they are undefeated in region play at 4-0. Then it's the Kindred Vikings at 3-1. Central Cass is 2-2. Oak Grove at 2-1. Lisbon 1-2 in Region 1 play. And Northern Cass and Wahpeton still winless at 0-3 in Region 1 play. Up north in the Region 2 division, Carrington 3-0 in region play. Wise Mayport CG 1-0. Have only played one region opponent so far. Thompson 3-1 in region play. Harvey Wells County is 3-2. Grafton is 1-2. Hillsborough Central Valley 1-4 in region play, and Devils Lake 0-3 so far in region competition there in Region 2. Here still early on, still more than a month, about a month and a half of the regular season still upcoming here for both teams here in this Class A volleyball division. Number of games here on YourLiveEvent.com as well as other games here on in Region 1 and Region 2. Your other games in Region 1, Oak Grove is at Valley City, Wahpeton is at Northern Cass, and Lisbon is at Central Cass. That Bronco-Squirrel matchup is going on right now on YourLiveEvent.com. Over in Region 2, Devils Lake is at Carrington, and also on YourLiveEvent.com, Thompson is at Hillsborough Central Valley. Other high school volleyball in North Dakota on YourLiveEvent.com tonight. Sargent County is at Maple River, and Midway Minto is at Griggs Midcoda. Over on the other side of the river on YourLiveEvent.com, Roseau is at Warroad in a rivalry matchup. Also on 106.5 FM KRJB and YourLiveEvent.com, Winnimac is at Ada Borup West. YLEN on 96.7 FM KKCQ, Fosston is at Park Christian. And on Gold 101.5 FM KRJM on the radio waves, Fertile Beltrami is at Norman County East, Ulen Hitterdal. Let's look at our other matchups going on throughout North Dakota and Minnesota, available on YourLiveEvent.com and the R&J Broadcasting family of networks. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the brand new polls released just a couple of hours ago here in the great state of North Dakota. That is when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Back here from Kindred, getting close to our first serve here tonight. The latest polls in the great state of North Dakota released about 3 hours ago at 4 o'clock tonight. The latest edition of the media polls, bi-weekly polls, so they do it every 2 weeks. So the next media poll will come out on Tuesday, the 7th of October. New polls here tonight in Class 2A volleyball. Bismarck Century, they are the unanimous number 1 team in AA. They are undefeated at 12-0 on the season, getting all 16 first place votes. The Packers of West Fargo High ranked number 2. West Fargo Cheyenne ranked number 3. Davies ranked number 4. And in 5th, a tie between Bismarck High and Jamestown. In Class A volleyball, the Thompson Tommies, they are the number 1 team in Division A rankings. 11 first place votes. South Prairie Max second with 1 first place vote. Then Valley City ranked 3rd with 1 first place vote. These Kindred Vikings, they are ranked number 4 in the polls here earlier today, and a tie at 5th. Carrington ranked number 5th. They got 2 first place votes, and the Oak Grove Grovers also in the top 5 position. Then in Division B, Class B volleyball, Linton HMB, they are the number 1 ranked team with 13 first place votes. Langdon Area Munich ranked number 2nd. Flasher ranking number 3. Benson County ranking 4th. They got the other 3 place votes. And rounding out the top 5 is the Richland Colts. That is a look at the latest polls, the polls for Class B volleyball right here in the great state of North Dakota again, and they'll release them every other week. So Tuesday, October 7th will be the next time in which we have our polls announced. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you to all these sponsors that you will see and hear throughout this broadcast. Of course, whenever possible, we ask that you please patronize these businesses. At the very least, stop on in and tell them thank you, as without them, this coverage on yourliveevent.com would not be possible. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our starting lineup when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and Seedex sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
It's time now for our starting lineups. Here are our lineups on yourliveevent.com. As we'll start with the visitors here on the scoreboard, the Patriots of Mayport CG. As we'll start with a 5'7" junior, number 1, Kylie Kropleen. A 5'6" senior, number 2, Kaisa Carlson. A 5'6" sophomore, number 4, Abby Strand. A 5'7" senior, number 6, Kennedy O'Connor. A 5'8" junior, number 8, Ashlyn Olson. A 6-foot junior, number 11, Peyton Strand. And the libero, a 5'5" senior, number 21, Hudson Zerfus. That's your starting lineup for Mayport CG. Stacy Hansen is your head coach for the Vikings. Your lineup for the Kindred Vikings, 5'7" sophomore, number 1, Ivy Trenbeth. 5'2" sophomore, number 2, Mallory Keller. A 5'8" senior, number 6, Lila Kittleson. A 5'11" sophomore, number 9, Taylor Sanders. A 5'2" senior, number 10, Lauren Onken. And a 5'9" sophomore, number 11, Collins McQuillan. As your starting lineup for the Kindred Vikings, Autumn Schaefer is the coach for the Vikings. So Mayport CG wearing the blue uniforms with the white numerals trimmed in red with the red stripe down the side. Kindred going with the white uniforms with the blue stripes on the shoulders and the blue numbers outlined in black here tonight. Again, so glad you could join us here on yourliveevent.com as we get ready for set number 1. Patriots and the Vikings. Again, the Vikings number 2. Number 4 in the latest poll. Mayport CG receiving votes in that latest poll here from the state of North Dakota on the media side. So Kindred will have first serve as Lauren Onken will serve it across for Kindred as the serve is sent over. Played there by Kropleen. Set and tipped across. Trying to save it but unable to do so as Kindred, and the opening point goes to Mayport CG. They'll lead 1-0. As 5, Ella Flayton checking in for the first time for Mayport CG. She'll go back to serve. Serve is sent across, played there by the libero. Keller bumped, and then the free ball sent across by McQuillan back to Mayport CG. Set hit across by Kropleen, dug up there by Keller. Set by Onken and punched across but dug up by Mayport CG. And it's over to Kropleen, blocked at the net. And sent right back to Kindred, waiting for it, but out of bounds. Lila Kittleson, too strong along the near side, and so Mayport CG back-to-back points to open up. Playing back to serve it across again. Played there by Keller. Bumped, and then McQuillan over on 3. Blocked at the net! Carlson and Strand getting the block there for Mayport CG. It's 3-0 in favor of the Patriots. Playing back to serve it across again. Keller set by Onken and pushed across, and the kill there by Lila Kittleson open up the scoring for Kindred. So the Vikings get on the scoreboard here. 1-3 they trail. As 3, that's Caitlin Brink. In and back to serve for the Vikings. Dug up there by Sand, and second touch, no third touch. A little bit of miscommunication there between the Patriots. It leads to the point for Kindred. So 2-3 the Vikings trail. As Brink back to the service line. Serve is across. Played, then the set by Flayton and hit across by Carlson. That's dug up by Onken. Bumped there by Keller and hit across for the point. Taylor Sanders finding an open spot in the Patriot lineup for the point, and we're tied at 3. So 3-3. Brink back to serve it across once again. Over on 2, diving dig there by Kindred, and then Sanders across on 3, back to Mayport CG. Hit across by Strand, dug up by Kindred. Set, and the swing by Onken. It's dug up there by Zerfus, and can they get it across on 3? They can. Sand with the free ball over. Back to the Vikings, and too strong by Kittleson. And side out back to Mayport CG, 4-3. Patriots with the lead. As Kylie Kropleen will serve. Played there by Keller. Second touch, and then Keller with the free ball back. Zerfus, the set, and then pushed across by Kropleen, dug up by Kindred. Bumped there by Kittleson, and hit across on 3. Back to Mayport CG. Playing with the set, blocked at the net. It goes right back to Kindred. Set by Onken, and the hit blocked at the net, as that was one. Peyton Strand with the block party. But a now 2-point lead for Mayport CG. As one, Kelly Kropleen back at the service line after her first service point. She'll serve it across one more time. Dug up there by Brink, and then hit across by Sanders. That's dug up by Mayport CG. The set is over to Sand. Too strong, out of bounds. Side out to Kindred, 4-5 they trail. As Mallory Keller, the libero, will serve. It's a cross, set Flayton, and then pushed across by Carlson, dug up by Kindred. And Sanders will get it back to Mayport CG. Dug up, set, and Sand sends it across. Dig by Brink. The set, the swing by Odegaard, dug up by Mayport CG. Sand with the swing, dug up by Keller for the Vikings. Back set, and we'll get a point as again Peyton Strand in on the block, 6-4. Side out to the Patriots. As 11, Peyton Strand will serve. And over, Odegaard will send it across. That's dug up by Mayport CG. Flaying over on 2, diving dig. Keller will get a piece of it. Can they get it across? They can. Brink able to get it over, tipped, and out of bounds by Kaisa Carlson. So Kindred will get the point. 5-6 they trail. As Collins McQuillan will serve for the Vikings. Serve across, played there by Zerfus. Set to Sand, dug up by McQuillan. Bumped and then hit over by Sanders, but it's dug up by Zerfus. Set, and Peyton Strand with the point. Strand with the kill, 7-5. As a serve for Mayport CG is across McQuillan and hit across by Jordheim for the point. Jenner Jordheim. It's the side out for Kindred. 6-7, the Vikings trail. As Taylor Sanders will serve it for Kindred. Set by Carlson, tipped across by O'Connor, dug up by Kindred, through a block. Patriots trying to recover, and will get a net violation. Called on Mayport CG, point to Kindred, tied up at 7. 7-7, Sanders back to serve. Played there by Strand. Can they save it? They do. Free ball sent over by Sand, but out of bounds in front of the Viking bench. And Kindred with their first lead of this set at 8-7. Sanders back to serve it across again. Strand, Zerfus, and then Strand with the free ball across on 3. Back to Kindred. Set by McQuillan, swung, dug up by Mayport CG. The set, Strand in the back row, dug up by the Vikings. Set by McQuillan and hit across by Odegaard. Dug up by Mayport CG, over to Sand, through the block for the point. Abby Sand gets a side out for Mayport CG, 8-8. As then Sand will serve it for the Patriots. Second touch by Jordheim, and then free ball pushed across by Trenbeth back to Mayport CG. Back set over to Olsen, dug up by the Vikings. And Trenbeth across over on 3, tipped at the net, stays with the Patriots. Over on 2 by Carlson, dug up by Kindred. And hit across by Sanders back to Mayport CG. Tip by O'Connor, dug up. Set by McQuillan, through block at the net, and it's down for the point. Cropleen and O'Connor teaming up for the block, 9-8 Mayport CG. And so Sand back to serve. And it's a service error, point back to Kindred, tied up at 9. Nine here in set 1. Kate Odegaard will serve. Dug up, set, and hit across by Kennedy O'Connor for the point. 10-9 Patriots. As Hudson Zerfus, the libero, will serve. And out of bounds, service error, we're tied at 10. Fun back and forth first set here between the Vikings and the Patriots. Tied up at 10. Number 10, Lauren Onken, will check in. She'll go back to the service line for the Vikes. Serve sent over, Cropleen, set by Carlson. And the point as Peyton Strand, it was blocked at the net, but it goes out of bounds for the Patriot point, 11-10. As Ella Flayton will check back in, she will serve. 11-10, the Patriots with the lead, and over on 3 by McQuillan, dug up by Zerfus. Flayton with the set, tipped across by Strand. It's dug up by Kindred, and trying to get it over the net was Ivy Trenbeth, but into the net. Point Patriots, 12-10. As Flayton back to serve it across once again, set by Onken, and the point. Through the block, Kittleson there for Kindred. 11-12, the Vikings trail. 3, Caitlin Brink back in, she will serve. Serve sent across and got a piece of the line for an ace. So 3, Caitlin Brink with the ace, ties us up at 12. Brink back to serve it across once again. And over on 3 by Sand. I'll say it was tipped, and so a point to Mayport CG. They'll retake the lead at 13-12. As Kylie Cropleen will serve it for Mayport CG, and that just long for the service error. Point to Kindred, and we're tied up at 13. 13-13. As the libero, Mallory Keller will serve it across, set by Flayton, and Strand with the swing, blocked to the net, stays with Mayport CG. Sand across on 3, Keller with the dig, set to Odegaard, dug up by Zerfus. The set and Strand with the swing, dug up, set by Onken and hit across there by Sanders. Dig goes right back to Kindred and over by Onken, back to Mayport CG. Flayton with the set, Sand with the swing, blocked at the net. Cropleen able to get a piece of it, and free ball sent across by Strand. Back to Kindred. Onken with the set. Odegaard with the hit, dug up by Mayport CG. Over to Sand, she'll play it, dug up there by Keller, and across on 3 by Sanders. Back to Mayport CG, back set. Carlson blocked at the net. As Taylor Sanders gets the point for Kindred. 14-13. As Mallory Keller back to the service line for Kindred. Serve sent across, played there by Zerfis. Set Flayton over to Sand, dug up back to Mayport CG. Over on 2 by Carlson, dug up by the Vikings. And Sanders over on 3, back to Mayport CG. Flayton with the set, Sand pushes it across. Dig there by Sanders, set by Onken. Tipped across by McQuillan, dug up by Mayport CG. Back to Sand, she'll put it across, through a block for the point. Abby Sand with the kill, and we're tied back up at 14. Serve sent across. Onken with the set. Missed time. The jump was Odegaard. Able to get it across, though, on 3. Back to Mayport CG. Sand blocked at the net. Stays with Mayport CG. Flayton to Carlson. Tipped at the net, and it falls down to the floor. Kaisa Carlson. They'll officially call it a lift. Nonetheless, point to Mayport CG. (15-14) as Peyton Strand will serve it across. Onken with the set. Pushed across by Odegaard, and we'll get a whistle, and we'll get a net violation called on Mayport CG. Tie us up at 15. (15-15) as 11. That's Collins McQuillan will serve it across. Flayton with the set for Mayport CG, and Kaisa Carlson will get the kill. Side out to the Patriots. As Kaisa Carlson back to serve for Mayport CG. They've got a 1-point lead at 16-15. To Keller, set and pushed across by Sanders. Dug up by Mayport CG. Set is to Sand, and Abby Sand with the point. 17-15. Serve sent across, set there by McQuillan, and hit across back to Mayport CG. Carlson over on 2. Keller able to save it. McQuillan and Odegaard, but blocked at the net, stays with Kindred, and then Odegaard with the point. Kate Odegaard will get the kill for Kindred. 16-17. As Taylor Sanders will serve for Kindred. Set by Carlson, swung on. Kennedy O'Connor for the point. 18-16 Mayport CG with the lead. For Abby Sand will serve it for the Patriots. Leading the Vikings by 2. Serve is to Trenbeth, set by McQuillan, swung across, but we'll get a net violation. Hit was long by the Vikings, but a net violation and a side out to Kindred. 17-18 as 12. Kate Odegaard will serve. Across, Carlson 2, and then hit across, but too strong by Kennedy O'Connor, and we're tied up at 18. So Odegaard back to serve it once again. Set by Carlson. Kropleen will tip it across. Played there by McQuillan. Set and over to Jordheim, and Jenner Jordheim finding the perfect spot for the Viking point. They retake the lead now at 19-18 here in set number 1. Odegaard back to serve it once again. Into the net, service error. Side out to Mayport CG, tied at 19. So 19-19. Hudson Zerfis, She'll go back to serve the libero into the net, service error, and the point to the Vikings at 20-19. As 10, Lauren Onken will check in and serve for the Vikings. Serve across Zerfis. Second touch, Kropleen, and then strained across on 3, played by Keller. Set by Onken and hit across by Trenbeth, but out of bounds. Point to Mayport CG, and we're tied at 20. (20-20). As Ella Flayton will serve it for Mayport CG. Set by Onken and through a block. Stays with Kindred, and Trenbeth across on 3. Back to Mayport CG. Kropleen across on 3, out of bounds in front of the Viking student section. Point side out to Kindred. 21-20. The Vikings have never led by more than 1 here in this first set. Caitlin Brink back to serve for Kindred. Serve sent across, Strand. Flayton and Carlson across on 3. They'll say got a tip. And so a point to Mayport CG. Tied at 21. Again, we played at 25. You got to win by 2. As Kylie Kropleen will serve it for Mayport CG. Keller. Set by Onken and pushed across by Kittleson, dug up by Mayport CG. Sand across on 3. Keller with the dig, set by Onken and pushed across by Kittleson. Back to Mayport CG, through a block for the point, Peyton Strand. (22-21). Kropleen back to serve it across again, and it's an ace! Her first ace, first one for Mayport CG. It's 23-21. As Kropleen back to the service line. And this one too strong. Out of bounds. Side out to Kindred. 22-23, the Vikings trail late in set number 1. Mallory Keller, the libero, will serve. Sends it across. Kropleen set Flayton. Strand on 3. Dug up by McQuillan. And the set and the swing there by Taylor Sanders for the point. Tied up at 23. 23-23. That will force a timeout. A timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Set 1 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
Fun set number 1 here on YourLiveEvent.com as Mayport CG will take their first time out from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. From banking to insurance, let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your request. For more information, go online to KindredStateBank.com. Back and forth first set. The largest lead that either team has had was 3. It's when Mayport CG got the opening 3 points of the set. Since then, Kindred tied it up at 3, and since then, the largest lead for Mayport CG has been 2. The largest lead for Kindred has been 1 in this set. So really a fun back and forth as Mallory Keller will serve it, tied up at 23. Played there by Zerfis. Flayton with the set to Strand with the swing. Keller got a piece of it. Second touch, Onken. Able to get the free ball across by McQuillan. Back to Mayport CG. Flayton with the set. Carlson with the tip. Touch there and sent right back to Mayport CG. Zerfis will play it. Flayton to Strand for the point. Strand with kill number 4. It's 24-23. It's set point for Mayport CG. as Peyton Strand then will go back to serve. Played there by Keller, second touch, and sent across by Ortegard back to Mayport CG. Playing with the set, O'Connor with the swing dug up by the Vikings. And through the block for the point. Taylor Sanders gets her second kill. 24-24, and we're going to play extra points here in set number 1. Collins McQuillan will serve it for the Vikings. Serve sent across, played by Zerfus. Clayton and Sandacross on 3. Set there by McQuillan. And the swing, Taylor Sanders for the point. As Kindred will get the point. 25-24, the Vikings lead in set number 1. And another timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency right here on YourLiveEvent.com.
If you have concern or questions about the mental health of yourself or a loved one, Trail District Health Unit's Credible Mind platform offers convenient and confidential resources to help inform you about mental well-being. Credible Mind offers 21 different assessments to guide you in your mental health journey, from sleep quality and burnout to anxiety and depression. To get started today and learn about your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, visit traildistricthealthunit.crediblemmind.com.
Out of the timeout, Kindred with the set point opportunity. As Collins McQuillan back to serve it across. Zerfus with the dig. Flayton on 2, and then free ball sent out by O'Connor. Too strong, out of bounds. And Kindred will pick up the set number 1 victory, 26-24. As the Kindred Vikings will take a 1-0 lead. Here we'll get you our first-class mortgage between set reports. Again, a fun back-and-forth set number 1. Mayport CG got the opening 3 points. Kindred tied it up at 3, and from then the largest lead that any team had was 2 points throughout that match, as really just trading side outs. Mayport CG did have an opportunity to close out the set. They had a 24-23 lead, but Kindred able to score the final 3 points of the set to take the 26-24 set victory. Take a 1-0 advantage. That is your between set reports from First Class Mortgage. Locally owned and operated First Class Mortgage is more than just our company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. We'll come back with set number 2 when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro is completing post-frame buildings 80 by 80, 80 by 160, even 80 by 200. Need an addition or shop reskin? Cywick Lumber and Hardware has all materials. They'll complete to your customized building requests. Bifold doors, hydro doors for farm buildings, and metal sail steel for durable construction. Whether it's new, an addition, or a repair, every building project can be done with Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. All materials, all in one place. Visit or call Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Getting ready to start set number 2 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Stats-wise, Mayport CG, they're stat leaders. Peyton Strand had 4 kills. Abby Sand had 3. Ella Flayton with 3 service points. Kylie Cropleen had the lone ace for Mayport CG in set number 1. For the Kindred Vikings, 2 kills apiece for Lila Kittleson and Taylor Sanders. Caitlin Brink, 3 service points, along with an ace. They're in set number 1 as we get ready to begin set number 2 here on YourLiveEvent.com. As Mayport CG with the serve, Hudson Zerfus will send it across, played by the Vikings. Back set Onken and hit across. McQuillan out of bounds, and the opening point goes to Mayport CG at 1-0. Zerfus serves it across again. Onken with the set and hit across by Sanders. Dug up by Mayport CG. Carlson set. Swing by Olsen. Dug up by the Vikings. And the set, the swing over to Sanders. It's dug up by Mayport CG. Cropleen tipped at the net. Stays with Kindred at the net. Trying to save it was Onken, and will get a lift called on Kindred. 2-0 in favor of Mayport CG here early on in set 2. Zerfus with the serve across again. Onken the set. Sanders the swing for the point. Taylor Sanders with the kill. Gets the side out for Kindred. 1-2, they trail. As 2, Mallory Keller, the libero, will serve it for Kindred. Serve is across. Set by Carlson. Strand dug up. Strand able to save it as Cropleen will send it across on 3 for the point. Keller got a touch, but no second touch. Side out to Mayport CG, 3-1. As Ella Flayton back in, she will serve for the Patriots. Set Onken over on 2, too close to the net, and it leads to the point. As Peyton Strand sent it back, and then unable to recover was Kindred. It's 4-1 in favor of Mayport CG. Serve across and miscommunication there. Set goes under the net. 5-1 in favor of the Patriots. Playing back to serve it across again. Sanders, and it goes over on 1. Hit the top of the net. Cropleen wasn't ready for it, and it leads to a Kindred point. Side out, 2-5. As 11, Collins McQuillan will serve it for Kindred. Floater, Cropleen will play it. Playing the second touch. Strand for the block. Through the block attempt. Peyton Strand with the kill. (6-2). Playing with the serve across again. It's returned right back to Mayport CG. Set Carlson for the point. 7-2. 7-2 Patriots as Cropleen. Back to serve it across once again. Saving it and getting it across on 3 back to Mayport CG. Flayton with the set and the swing by Sand, but blocked at the net. As Trenbeth McQuillan teaming up there. Point to Kindred. Side out. 3-7 they trail. As Taylor Sanders serves it across. Strand over on 3, back to Kindred. Bumped there by McQuillan and tipped across by Jordheim for the point. Jenner Jordheim gets the point for Kindred. 4-7. Sanders back to serve it once again. Sent across. Cropleen, Flayton, and then free ball back by Carlson to Kindred. Give and go. Odegaard across on 3. Dug up by Mayport CG. Strand for the point. Peyton Strand, kill number 6. 8-4. as Peyton Strand will serve it for Mayport CG. Serve sent across. McQuillan second touch and hit across by Jordan, but out of bounds. 9-4 Mayport CG. Strand with the service point, serves it across again, and trying to get it over on two was McQuillan. Hit the net. Odegaard then putting a forearm on it, but into the net once again. It's now 10-4, and that will force a timeout call by Kindred. Will take one as well. A timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, and set 2, the Patriots lead 10-4 on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Out of the timeout, Kindred will send it across with Jordan back to Mayport CG. Set by Flayton. Carlson over on 3. Diving, dig, able to save it was McQuillan, and Trenbeth for the point. Ivy Trenbeth will get the Viking point. 5-10. Kindred trails. As Odegaard will serve it across. Flayton with the set. Pushed across through a block by O'Connor. Dug up by Kindred. Set. Swing. Jordheim. Dig. But out of bounds. As Jenner Jordheim on the swing for the point. 6-10. Odegaard with the serve across. Flayton and Strand across on 3 for the point. Peyton Strand with the swing, 11-6, Mayport CG. To Kaiser Carlson back to serve. Sends it across. Keller set by McQuillan and tipped across by Jordheim, and it's in for the point. Side out to the Vikings, 7-11. As 10, Lauren Onken will serve. Serve played there by Strand and swung on by Sand. Dug up, goes right back to Mayport CG. Carlson over and unable to get it back. Across his Kindred, point to Mayport CG, 12-7. Side out. Abby Sand will serve. Tipped across by Kittleson, dug up by Mayport CG. Strand, Kropleen for the point. Kylie Kropleen will get the kill. Point Mayport CG, 13-7. And the serve by Abby Sand goes into the net. Side out to Kindred, 8-13. As 3, Caitlin Brink will serve. Sent across, played there by Sand. Set. Swung on by O'Connor, dug up by Kindred, and then free ball sent across by Sanders back to Mayport CG. Kropleen across. Keller able to get a piece of it. Set over to Sanders, dug up, but no second touch. Point to Kindred, 9-13. So bring back to serve it across once again. Serve is sent over, played there by Strand. Carlson back to Strand. Block! Lila Kittleson able to get the block for the point. 10-13. Brink now back to serve it again. And a misplay there by Strand. It goes into the bench, or the seats. And it's 11-13. Kindred within 2. Brink back to serve again. Now with 6 service points. Serve over. Cropleen able to get a piece of it. Carlson and sent across through a block for the point. Kennedy O'Connor gets the side out for Mayport CG. (14-11) Mayport CG leads. Hudson Zerfus back to serve. Serve across, second touch Onken and hit across by Sanders. Dug up by Sand. The set, Cropleen tipped at the net, saved by Kindred. Onken with the set, trying to punch it across. Kittleson and eventually goes back to Mayport CG. Strand able to get a piece of it, but then Strand right back with it and the point. So the dig went right back to Peyton Strand. This time it finds the floor. 15-11 Mayport CG. Zerfus back to serve again. Set by Onken, swing, and the point. Taylor Sanders, kill number 4. Side out to Kindred, 12-15. As a libero, Mallory Keller will serve. Serve sent across. Dug up there. Tipped by Cropleen, and the point. Point to Mayport CG. 16-12. They lead. As Ella Flayton will serve it across. Dig, Onken with the set. Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders now with 5. Point to the Vikings, 13-16. After the side out. As 11, Collins McQuillan in, she'll serve for Kindred. Serve played, set Flayton over to Carlson, dug up there, Keller, set, Trenbeth across on 3, Strand got a piece of it at the net. Flayton the set to Cropleen for the point. 3 kills for her, 17-13. Side out to Mayport CG. Cropleen will go back to serve. Serve, let serve, got the tip of the net. Able to save it and over, swung on by Jordheim. Dug up there by Mayport CG. Sand over on 3. Dug by Keller, set by McQuillan, and the swing. Taylor Sanders for the Kindred point, 14-17. As Taylor Sanders will go back to the service line. Serve across, Zerfus. Flayton with the set, Strand with the swing. Dug up there by Sanders, set by McQuillan. Through the block, Jordheim, and trying to save it, but unable to do so was Flayton. It's a point for Kindred, 15-17. Sanders back to serve. Sends it across, Cropleen. Flayton with the set. Sand tipped at the net. Trenbeth able to save it. Second touch, McQuillan, and into the net. On the swing by Jordheim. Point side out to Mayport CG, 18-15. As Peyton Strand back to serve. Across Keller, set and into the net for the point. As Kate Odegaard with the swing into the net, 19-15. Strand back to serve it across again. Set McQuillan, swing Jordheim, too strong, out of bounds, 20-15. And that'll force another timeout for Kindred here on the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Mayport CG leads in set number 2, 20-15 on yourliveevent.com.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Out of the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout, Mayport CG looking to even up the sets one set apiece. Kindred took the first set 26-24. Mayport CG going to see if they can answer it here in this second set. Thanks so much for tuning in with us here tonight on yourliveevent.com. As Kindred, they've used both timeouts. Mayport CG has both of them available. Peyton Strand back to serve it. Set by McQuillan and swung across. Odegaard dug up by Mayport CG. Strand from the back row. Killer able to get a piece of it. Set by McQuillan and dug up by Mayport CG. And they'll say it hit the net. So 4 touches on Mayport CG. Point side out to the Vikings, 16-20. As 12, Kate Odegaard will serve. Vikings trail by 4. Serve across, Strand, Flayton with the set. O'Connor, diving dig, able to get a piece of it. Sanders at the net, and then a misplay, mistiming the jump was Kennedy O'Connor. It leads to a Kindred point, 17-20. As Kate Odegaard back to serve it again. She's got 4 service points so far this evening. Serve is an ace serve. It gets a piece of the line. 18-20. And that will force a timeout called by Mayport CG. Kindred within 2. They trail 18-20 here in the second set on yourliveevent.com. Another timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Out of the timeout, Kindred, they trail by 2 at 18-20. The Vikings got the first set 26-24. Going to see if they can get the comeback here again in set number 2 to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Odegaard with the serve across. Zerfis flaying over on 2. Dug up there, McQuillan, and then a free ball sent across by Trenbeth. Back to Mayport CG. Flayton as tipped across, dug up by Kindred, and Jordheim will send it across. Inbounds for the point. Jenner Jordheim gets the point. The Vikings trail by 1 at 19-20. Odegaard back to serve it across again. The set to Sand for the point. Abby Sand gets the much needed side out. 21-19 Mayport CG. Kaisa Carlson with the serve across. Keller, McQuillan, and hit across by Trenbeth. Ivy Trenbeth gets the point. The side out for Kindred, back within one at 20-21. Lauren Onken back to serve as she checks in for Kindred. Onken the serve across. Zerfis. Carlson too close to the net, and trying to save it was O'Connor. Couldn't do so. Falls to the floor. 21-21, all tied up here in set number 2. Onken back to serve it across again. Zerfis set by Carlson. Sand dug up there. Keller set, and the swing for the point. Jenner Jordheim for Kindred. Kill 5, it's 22-21. The Vikings with the lead in the set. First time they have led in this set. Serve is sent across. Carlson, O'Connor for the point. Kennedy O'Connor gets the kill on the side out. Tied up at 22. As Abby Sand will serve. Serve across, out of bounds. Point to Kindred, 23-22. So 23-22, 3. Caitlin Brink will serve it for the Vikings. Sends it across. Strand set by Carlson. Kropleen dug up there by Keller. Set. And the swing by Sanders. They'll say it hit the net. Went back. So 4 touches. Side out Mayport CG. We're tied up at 23. 23-23. Serve is across. The set by Onken. Trying to punch it across was Kittleson, but it hit the tape, fell back down. So 24-23. Same spot we were in set number 1. Mayport CG with a 24-23 lead, serving for set point. Hudson Zerfis will serve it across. Keller set. Sanders blocked at the net. Keller able to get a piece of it, and then Sanders across on 3. Back to Mayport CG. Carlson, Strand through the block for the point. Peyton Strand will get the kill, and Mayport CG will take the set 25-23. So 25-23 as we'll get you our first class mortgage between set reports. Again, another fun back and forth set. Mayport CG led by as much as 5 as late as 20-15, but Kindred able to rally back. Actually took a lead at 22-21 and 23-22, but then the final 3 points of the set goes to Mayport CG to take a 25-23 set number 2 victory, and ties it up at 1 set apiece as we go to set number 3. Jenner Dorheim 5 kills, as does Taylor Sanders for Kindred. Kate Odegaard 6 service points and an ace. Same stat line. Caitlin Brink with 6 service points and an ace. For Mayport CG, Peyton Strand with 8 kills, 4 for Abby Sand. Ella Flayton with 5 service points, 3 for Kylie Kropleen, as that is a look at your stats so far. First class mortgage between set report. Take a break, come back with set number 3 when we return on yourliveevent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Set number 3, we're tied up at 1 set apiece here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight. A fun matchup here, Region 1 versus Region 2 volleyball here for this matchup here in this latter part of September. Still plenty of time, still plenty of season left, not yet at the halfway point here for volleyball in the state of North Dakota. So the Vikings will have first serve here in set number 3. As Lauren Onken will serve it across. Carlson tipped through the block. Kropleen trying to save it, able to do so, and then sent back across by Kittleson, dug up by Mayport CG. Sand over on 3. Back to Kindred. Keller, and then free ball sent across back to the Patriots. Set by Carlson over on 2. Keller able to get a piece of it, and then tipped across. And it leads to the point. Jenner Jordheim able to open up the scoring for Kindred. 1-0 they lead. As Onken back to serve it across again. As through the block, able to dig it up is Kindred, and then free ball sent across by Kittleson back to Mayport CG. Back set Carlson, hit across by Olsen, dug up by the Vikings. Keller, and then swung across back to Mayport CG. Strand through a block, saved by Kindred, and trying to get the swing was Kittleson. Missed time the jump, unable to make contact, and it's a point for Mayport CG, tied up at 1. Serve sent across. Back to Kindred, tipped over by McQuillan, dug up by Mayport CG. Strand too strong, out of bounds. Point to Kindred at 2-1. Serve sent across. Flayton to Carlson, dug up by Kindred. Set and the swing. Lila Kittleson, but out of bounds. Point to Mayport CG, tied up at 2. Two. As Kropleen will serve it for Mayport CG. 4 kills for her tonight. Serve sent across. Keller set Onken and swung across by Sanders. It's dug up by Mayport CG, but pinballs around, goes flying into the seats. Point to Kindred at 3-2. As then Mallory Keller, the libero, will serve for the Vikings. Serve is sent across. Zerfis. Flayton Carlson across, dug up there by Keller. Set Onken, swung across by Sanders. Taylor Sanders for the point. 4-2 Kindred. That's her 11th kill. Serve is across, back set Flayton Carlson, bounces off the net a couple of times, goes to the Viking side, then tipped across by Sanders. It's dug up by Mayport CG, but then into the net and down to the floor. 5-2 Kindred. As Keller back to serve it across once again. Serve over Cropleen, set Flayton. Strand through a block for the point. Peyton Strand will get the point for Mayport CG. Kill number 10 for her. 3-5 Mayport CG trails. Into the net, service there, point back to Kindred at 6-3. One, Ivy Trenbeth back in. As 11, Collins McQuillan will serve. Serve sent across Zerfis. Set by Flayton. Carlson with the swing. Too strong, out of bounds. Point to Kindred, 7-3. As McQuillan with the serve back again. Diving dig sand goes right back to Kindred, trying to save it. They can't do so. Out of bounds. Officially, they'll call the net violation. Nonetheless, point to Mayport CG. 4-7 they trail. As Kaiser Carlson will serve it across. Serve sent there. Brink with the dig set, and Trenbeth blocked at the net. Able to recover is Kindred. Set goes to Sanders. Strain able to get a piece of it, and then the free ball sent across by Sand. Back to Kindred. McQuillan with the set. Odegaard the swing. Dug, and then return right back to Kindred. Keller and the swing. Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders with the swing and the kill. That's number 12 for her. 8-4. Side out, Sanders now to swing. 8-4, serve sent across Sand. Carlson back to Sand, across on 3. Misplayed, and trying to save it is Kindred. They can't do so. Point to Mayport CG. 5-8 they trail. As Abby Sand to serve for the Patriots. Serve is a misplay. It's an ace and a point to Mayport CG, 6-8. Sand to serve it across once again. Played there by Jordheim. Set and then across by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Carlson over on 2. Dug up there. McQuillan set. Trenbeth across on 3. Dug up by Mayport CG. Strand. Olsen across to Kindred. Set McQuillan and hit across. Dug up by Mayport CG. Carlson. Olsen, but it's blocked at the net. And the point to Kindred, 9-6. Lila Kittleson back in for the Vikings. 12, Kate Odegaard to serve. Serve sent across, and Kennedy O'Connor through the block for the point to Mayport CG, 7-9. As O'Connor will get her 4th kill. Served by the Patriots, sent across, and Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders will get the kill. That's 13 for her tonight. (10-7) Mayport CG trails. Kindred leads 10-7. As Onken will serve it across. Cropleen set back to Cropleen, tipped at the net. Onken with a touch, set by McQuillan. Tip over by Jordheim. It's dug up by Mayport CG. Zerfis and Sand over on 3. Dug up there by Sanders. Set, tipped by Kittleson. Goes right back to Kindred. Onken, and then tipped across by Collins McQuillan for the point. Point to Kindred, 11-7. As McQuillan gets her first kill. And that will force a timeout from Mayport CG here in set number 3. The Vikings lead 11-7. YourLiveEvent.com. Our timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency.
Don't buy that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
Visit with Ryan Opdahl, your local Farmers Union insurance agent in Hillsboro.
So 11-7, Kindred with the lead here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Mayport CG has used their first timeout. They got 1 remaining. The Vikings with both of their timeouts. As 10, Lauren Onken back to serve it across once again for Kindred. Serve sent over, out of bounds. A service error, side out to Mayport CG, 8-11. As Ella Flayton checks back in, she will serve for the Patriots. Serve across, played, set by Onken, swung on off the net. It's across by Kittleson, back to Mayport CG. Kropleen blocked at the net, saved by Kittleson, and then across by Jordheim for the point. Side out Kindred, 12-8. Caitlin Brink back to serve for Kindred. They lead by 4 here in the third set. Serve across, played Strand, and then Kropleen across, and we'll get a net violation. The official call, point to the Patriots. They side out at 9-12. Kylie Kropleen back to serve for Mayport CG. Serve sent across, Keller, Brink, and then hit across by Sanders, dug up by Mayport CG. Set Carlson off the tape, and then out of bounds in front of the official scorers table. Point to Mayport, or point to Kindred, 13-9. As Mallory Keller will serve. Serve is sent across, played there, Kropleen. Set Flayton, Strand, dug up there by Keller. Set and then tipped across by Odegaard, back to Mayport CG. Flayton over on 2, diving dig Brink, pinballs around, but eventually finds the floor. Point to Mayport CG. Now side out at 10-13. As 11, Peyton Strand back to serve for Mayport CG. Strand the serve across. Keller set, hit across by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Flayton, Strand from the back row, able to get a piece of it, saving it, and then Onken back over on 3. Back to Mayport CG. Back set Carlson for the point. Kaisa Carlson with her 5th kill tonight. 11-13. Strand back to serve it once again. Set Onken, and then through the block attempt for the point. Taylor Sanders gets the side out for Kindred. Kill 14 for her. As 11, Collins McQuillan back to the service line for the Vikings. Serve across Zerfus. Flayton the set, and Trenbeth there on the block for Kindred. 15-11. As McQuillan back to serve it across again. Flayton with the set, the swing, Sand dug up by Kindred. And Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders, that's 15. 16-11. 5'11", just a sophomore. Serve is across, Zerfis, Flayton, and Carlson hits it across, dug up there by Kindred. Brink, and then across by Sanders, too strong out of bounds. Point to Mayport CG, 12-16. Two, Mallory Keller will serve. Brink, McQuillan, and then free ball sent right back to Mayport CG. Carlson the set, Sand with the swing, and Trenbet there on the block party. 17-12. Jordheim back in, and a timeout called by Mayport CG. Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. 17-12, the Vikings lead on YourLiveEvent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Out of the timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Five-point Viking lead here in set number 3. The all-important set number 3 here with, we're tied up at 1 set apiece. And thanks for joining us here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. Serve is across by Sanders, played over by Carlson for the point. 13-17, side out. Serve sent across there by Sand. And then a free ball across by Keller. Back to Mayport CG. Carlson the set. Kropleen dug up there by Keller. Second touch, Sanders. And then free ball across by Jordheim. Back to Mayport CG. Carlson, battle at the net. And then pushed across by O'Connor. Back to the Vikings. Set, Jordheim, too strong, out of bounds. But they'll say it was tipped at the net. They'll get a tip and a point. So make it 18-13. Side out to Kindred. Serve is across. Carlson the set, hit across by O'Connor. Too strong, out of bounds, 19-13. So Kate Odegaard, that was service point number 7. She'll go back once again to try to make it 8. 19-13, a 6-point lead. Strand to Carlson, and then Kropleen blocked at the net, stays with Mayport CG, and Olsen into the net. Point to the Vikings, 20-13. Mayport CG, they've used both of their timeouts. Kindred has both of them remaining. Odegaard to serve it across again. Misplay there, Kropleen. Strand, and then a third touch, trying to get it over with Sand. No chance there, 21-13. As Josie Mostad checking in for the first time tonight. And then the serve by Odegaard into the net. Side out to Mayport CG. They trail 14-21. Zerfis with the serve across. Sanders set by McQuillan and hit across for the point. As Sierra Nipstead checking in, gets the swing, gets the kill. 22-14. The swing for the point, Kropleen will get the kill. 5 for her tonight. 15-22. As Ella Flayton checks in, she'll go back to serve. All good. So Flayton back to the service line, sends it across. Keller set by Onken and then pushed across by Kittleson, but out of bounds. Side out to Mayport CG, 16-22. As Flayton back to serve it across again. Set by Onken, tipped across Jordan, dug up by Mayport CG. Flayton, Strand, dig there by Keller. Second touch, Jordheim, and then free ball across back to Mayport CG. Flayton the set, Strand with the swing for the point. Peyton Strand. That's 11 for her. 17-22. Flayton back to serve it across again. Keller set by Onken and then punched across. Kittleson back to Mayport CG. Kropleen tipped at the net. Keller set. Onken back over to Mayport CG. Carlson blocked at the net. 4 and 6. Jordheim Kittleson there for Kindred. 23-17. Caitlin Brink back to serve for Kindred. Serve is across to Strand. Second touch, trying to save it was Carlson, but falling into her own bench. 24-17, set point to Kindred. Brink now with 7 service points. Serve is across, Strand. Flayton the set to Carlson. And we got a piece of it was Keller. Second touch and then pushed across by Kittleson. Back to Mayport CG. Strand off the tape. And then free ball sent right back to Mayport CG. And the point, Peyton Strand will get the kill. Also in for for Kindred 15. Jasmine Beauclair for the Vikings in the front row. Side out, 18-24. Kropleen with the serve across. And then pushed across out of bounds by Sanders. Point Mayport CG not going away yet. 19-24, they trail. As Kropleen back to serve it across again. Pinballs around and it does not get back. 20-24. And that will force a timeout for the Kindred Vikings. A Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout here in set number 3 on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Out of the timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. It's 24-17, still with set point for Kindred. Set point number 4. The 4th chance now that the Vikings have had to end this set. Mayport CG looking to come back here as it's tied 1 set apiece. Kropleen back to serve it across once again. Serve is over. Onken and then trying to get it over was Keller. No chance there. It's 21-24. Kindred just 1 point away. Needs that side out desperately here. Kropleen back to serve it. Sends it over. The swing and off the tape. Still loose. Strand and the block. Strand with the swing, but Lila Kittleson with the block sends it down for the point. Mayport CG makes it interesting, but Kindred able to pick up the set victory 25-21. As Kindred will take a 2-1 advantage here on YourLiveEvent.com. Our first class mortgage between set report. Leaders here for the Kindred Vikings, 15 kills for Taylor Sanders, 12 for Peyton Strand of Mayport CG to lead their respective teams. Set service points, Kate Odegaard has 9 for Kindred. Ella Flayton has 7 for Mayport CG. Another fun back and forth set, but Kindred able to take the advantage at 25-21. So they'll take a 2-1 advantage as we head on to set number 4 here on YourLiveEvent.com. That's our First Class Mortgage Between Set report. We'll come back with set number 4 when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Visit the new Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro. They have everything you need. Explore our large selection of quality hardware and building materials, perfect for every project. Inside, you'll find Valspar paint to brighten your home, top-of-the-line Milwaukee and DeWalt tools for every job, plus all the essentials for a successful harvest. Flashlights, glass cleaner, paper towels, scrapers, grain shovels, and more. Make your next stop Cywick Lumber and Hardware in Hillsboro.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Hudson Zerfus will serve it across to start set number 4. Kindred with the 2-1 advantage, and they'll get the point to start this first set. So Mayport CG needs the set win to force a decisive set number 5. Kindred going to look to end it in 4. Zerfus with the serve across once again. Sanders punch across, dug up by Mayport CG. Kropleen with the tip, diving dig. It goes right back to Mayport CG. Battle at the net. And back to Kindred. Through the block, Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders with the swing. Tied it up at 1. Kill number 16 for her. Tied at 1 apiece. Mallory Keller will serve. Sent over, set by Carlson. Kropleen with the tip across. And the point. Onken got a piece of it, but no second touch. As Kropleen with kill number 6. 2-1 Mayport CG. Now Flayton to serve. Over to Keller. Set. Sanders. Zerfus gets a piece of it. Flayton, and then free ball sent across by Carlson, able to get it back to Kindred. Set and then pushed across. Dug up by Mayport CG. Kropleen with the tip, diving dig there by Keller. It falls to the floor. Point to Mayport CG at 3-1. Serve sent across by Flayton and over on 2 back to Kindred. Set by Flayton. Strand through the block for the point. Peyton Strand. She's got a baker's dozen at 13. 4-1 Mayport CG. Flayton with the serve across again. And trying to save it. Zerfus got a forearm on it, but then falls to the floor. 2-4. As 11, Collins McQuillan checking back in. She'll go back to serve. Serve across, played there by Sand. The set, Carlson, dug up by Kindred. And then free ball sent across back to Mayport CG. Set, Flayton, Carlson with the tip across, diving, dig up a piece of it is Brink, and then they'll send it right back over. Mayport CG with it. The tip by Strand will get a whistle. And we'll get a violation. Point to Mayport CG, 5-2. Set for Mayport CG, right to Peyton Strand for the kill. That's 14 for her tonight. 6-2 Mayport CG. Kropleen back to serve for the Patriots. Able to get it back to Mayport CG. Set, Flayton. Carlson will hit it over, but out of bounds. Point. Back to the Vikings. They side out. Three to 6. Kindred trails. Jenner Jordheim back in as Taylor Sanders will serve it across. Kropleen set, Flayton to Sand. Dig. Can they get it across? They can on the free ball by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Flayton the set and falls to the floor. Point to Kindred. 4-6 the Vikings trail. Sanders now with 5 service points. As she'll serve it across again into the net. Service error, point back to the Patriots at 7-4. Peyton Strand to serve. Serve is across, set by McQuillan. The swing for the point. Kate Odegaard with her second kill tonight. 5-7 the Vikings trail. As then Odegaard will serve it across. Strand plays it. Flayton and then free ball by O'Connor. Back to Kindred. Sanders set and then tipped across by Trenbeth. Diving dig Strand and then Carlson will play it across. It leads to the point. 8-5. Excuse me. Yes, 8-5. As Carlson, the ace serve. Her first ace tonight. Point to Mayport CG. We've got the Dolly Parton special at 9-5. Carlson then this one into the net. Service error, point 6-9. As Sierra Nipstead back in for Kindred. As Lauren Onken will serve it for the Vikings. Set by Carlson. O'Connor. Keller able to get a piece of it. Set by Onken. The swing. Jordheim dug up. Mayport CG. Carlson. And then Zerfis will send it across. Back to the Vikings. Onken with the set. Pushed across by Kittleson. Dug up Patriots. Over on to Carlson. Onken with a touch. Battle at the net. Still at the net. Battle for it. With Kittleson set and then into the net by Jordheim. Point to Mayport CG at 10-6. Patriots side out. Abby Sand with the serve across. It's an ace serve. Kindred unable to return it. 11-6. Sand back to serve it across once again. Set Onken, pushed across. Kittleson, dug up by Mayport CG. Carlson to Kropleen, tipped it. Dig there by Jordheim. The set Nipstead dug up by Sand. Carlson and swung across by Strand. Back to Kindred. Jordheim off the tape. Dig there, Kropleen. Set and Strand into the Viking bench. A hitting error, point to the Vikings at 7-11. Caitlin Brink checking in. She'll serve. Serve sent across. Strand set Carlson. Kropleen for the point. 12-7 Mayport CG. Kropleen, that's kill number 8. As Hudson Zerfus back to serve, sends it across. Sanders giving go back to Sanders. Too strong, out of bounds. 13-7 in favor of Mayport CG. As 11, Collins McQuillan checking back in for Kindred. Zerfus back to serve, 6-point. Mayport CG lead pushed over by McQuillan, out of bounds, 14-7. Zerfus back at the service line. Zerfus let serve, a serve. First ace tonight, it's 15-7. Mayport CG with the lead. As a timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency called by the Vikings. Mayport CG looking to force set number 5 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Out of the timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, Mayport CG with a 15-7 lead. Kindred with 1 timeout remaining. Mayport CG has both of their timeouts. 15-7, Mayport CG with the lead. The Patriots going to look to force a decisive set number 5. As Zerfus with the serve across, Keller the set. Sanders tips it across, dug up by Mayport CG. Zerfus, Kropleen across, dig there, Brink, set, the swing, Kittleson, dig at the net, and they can't get it over. Point to Kindred, they side out at 8:15. As Mallory Keller, the libero, will serve. Serve across. Sand set Carlson. Kropleen. Pinballs around. Can they save it? No. As Sanders will take the 4 touches. Point to Mayport CG. They're doubling up Kindred 16-8. Flayton checking back in. She'll go back to serve for Mayport CG. It's across, set by Onken, and then tipped across by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Zerfus, Kropleen dug up by Onken, set, and then free ball across by Sanders. Back to Mayport CG. Carlson and Strand with the swing, but was too close to the net. Couldn't stop the momentum, runs into the net. And a point to Kindred, 9-16. Serve is across by McQuillan and pushed over by Carlson. Back to Kindred. Set to Sanders for the point. Taylor Sanders. Kill number 17 for her tonight. 10-16 Kindred trails. Serve across by McQuillan. Playing with the set and pushed over. Carlson out of bounds. Was there a touch? No, there was not. Point to Kindred, 11-16. As McQuillan back to serve it again, pushed over on 2. Ella Flayton catching the defense, napping, and it's a point, 17-11. Kylie Kropleen to the serve. Set, hit across by Jordheim. Dig there by Zerfus, then a free ball sent across by Kropleen back to Kindred. Set, Odegaard, the swing, Kate Odegaard. Her third kill tonight, 12-17. As Taylor Sanders back to serve. Set Carlson, Strand for the kill. That's 15 for Peyton Strand to lead the Patriots. 18-12. Strand now back to serve. Dug up and trying to return it. Free ball sent back by Jordan back to Mayport CG. Set over to Sand, dug up over on 2 by McQuillan, and it leads to a point. Kindred, 13-18. They'll give McQuillan her second kill tonight. Kate Odegaard back to serve. Serve across, set, and too close to the net, trying to save it with Sand, unable to do so. 14-18. Kate Odegaard now with 10 service points. Serve sent across. Dug up there by Sanders. And then tipped across by Jordheim. Back to Mayport CG. Serve is set is over to Sand. Out of bounds in front of the Viking bench. 15-18, and that will force a Mayport CG timeout. Timeouts from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. The Vikings, they're within 3 here in set number 4 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Out of the timeout, 18-15. Mayport CG with the lead. Kindred with the serve. Gonna see if they can keep this run going. End it here in set number 4 as the Vikings lead 2-1 here on YourLiveEvent.com. As Odegaard with the serve across. Set to Sand for the point. Abby Sand with the kill. 7 for her tonight. 19-15 Mayport CG with the lead here in set 4. As Kaisa Carlson will serve. Into the net, service error, point goes back to Kindred. 16-19. As Lauren Onken with the serve across. Carlson the set through the block for the point. Ashlyn Olsen gets her first kill tonight. 20-16. Abby Sand with the serve across. Keller plays it. Set Onken and then pushed across for the point. Lila Kittleson. Side out. Her third kill tonight. 17-20. As Caitlin Brink to serve. Serve played there by Kropleen, and then miscommunication there. Kropleen, Olsen, both of them going for it. And both of them checking out at the last moment, backing off, and so Kindred within 2 at 18-20. Brink at the line once again. Serve sent over, set by Carlson. Hit across, block! Taylor Sanders with the block. 19-20. Kindred trails by a point. As Brink back again to serve once again. Strand will play it at the net, tipping it down for the point is Collins McQuillan. We're tied at 20. 20-20, Zerfus back in as Strand will check out. So Brink back to serve it across once again. We're tied at 20. Brink over, Kropleen set Carlson. Kropleen push it across through the block attempt for the point. Side out to Mayport CG. They needed that one. 21-20. Kropleen now with kill number 10 tonight. 21-20 out of the side out. Zerfus to serve. Across, and Sanders over on 3 for the point. Tied up at 21. Taylor Sanders now with 18 kills. Mallory Keller will serve. Serve sends it across, set by Carlson. Strand for the point. Peyton Strand, kill number 16. (22-21). Flaying back in, she'll serve. It's across the set, block at the net. Kindred trying to recover, they do so. McQuillan with the free will over Zerfus. Flayton hit over by Kropleen, dug up by Kindred. Set Sanders through a block, Kropleen. Flayton, Strand for the point. 23-22. Kill 17. Playing back at the service line. And the block, the dig, goes right over and back on the floor. Point to Kindred. 22-23. As Ivy Trenbeth back in. As Collins McQuillan back to serve for the Vikings. Let's serve Zerfus. Set to Strand, blocked at the net, still loose, and we'll say it wasn't touched by a Viking who just hit the tape. It's 4 hits. And so we're tied at 23, as that'll force a timeout by Mayport CG. We'll take one as well here in set number 4. Timeouts from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, YourLiveEvent.com.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Out of the timeout, it's 23-23. We played at 25. You got to win by 2. Collins McQuillan will serve. Serve is across, Sand, set Flayton, and then Zerfus will push it across on 3. Back to Kindred. Sanders with the tip, dug up Flayton, Zerfus, and then free ball sent across by Sand. Back to Kindred. Set by McQuillan. Swung on by Odegaard, dug up by Mayport CG. Strand. Kindred able to get it across back to Mayport CG. Set is to Cropleen and too strong. Out of bounds, but they'll call a tip. They'll call a tip, so point to Mayport CG, 24-23. They've got set point. Kindred was in this position in set number 1 at 24-23, trailing, but then the Vikings drilled off 3 straight points to pick up the set win. Cropleen with the serve across, set by McQuillan, hit across. Sanders dug up by Mayport CG, Strand over on 2, back to Kindred. Bumped Sanders with the swing through the block, Zerfus. Flayton, Sand, blocked at the net, and it falls to the floor. We're tied at 24, and set number 4 is going to extra points as well. 24-24. Again, you got to win by 2. Jenner Jordan back in. Serve sent across. Set to Strand, dug up there by Keller, goes right back and got a piece of the ceiling when it was going over, so that is an out of bounds. And so point Mayport CG 25-24. As Peyton Strand back to serve. Sends it across, set by McQuillan, swung on Odegaard, out of bounds. Point to Mayport CG 26-24. And we're going 5 tonight. Again, another fun set here, back and forth, but Mayport CG able to hang on for the 26-24 victory in the set. And so we go to set number 5, all tied up 2 sets apiece. Stat leaders, Taylor Sanders for Kindred. She's got 19 kills to lead Kindred. Kate Odegaard with a 11 service points and an ace to lead Kindred in that category. For Mayport CG, 17 kills for Peyton Strand. Ella Flayton with 10 service points to lead Mayport CG in that category. Abby Sand with 2 aces. So we'll go to set number 5 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Mayport CG and Kindred, as that was your First Class Mortgage between set reports. FirstClassCorp.com. We'll take a break, come back with set 5 when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Jeez, that's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez. Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Going to set number 5 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Kindred has won the odd sets 1 and 3. Mayport CG has won the even sets 2 and 4. We go to set number 5. Again, the sprint in set number 5. It's a race to 15. Still got to win by 2. Thanks for joining us here tonight on a fun one here from Kindred on YourLiveEvent.com. As Hudson Zerfus will serve it across for the Patriots, and she'll open up the set with an ace serve. So Mayport CG gets the first points of the set on an ace. From Hudson Zerfus, she'll go back to serve it across again. Played by Keller, the set, swung on through a tip, and then we'll get a net violation called on Mayport CG, tie it up at 1. Side out to Kindred. Mallory Keller to serve. Serve across, played, set. Carlson tipped across by Cropleen. They'll say it did hit the floor, so point to Mayport CG. (2-1) Mayport CG is kill number 13 for Cropleen there. As Flayton will serve it across. Set, and they'll say it was blocked at the net, so back to Kindred. They'll reset, and then a free ball sent across by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Flayton to Strand, tips it across. Back to Kindred, tip by Odegaard. Back to Mayport CG. Cropleen with the swing. Can Kindred save it? No, they cannot. Going flying into the end wall was Keller. Point to Mayport CG, 3-1. So Flayton back to serve now with 11 service points. Serves it across again. Onkin tipped across by Sanders and unable to be returned. Point to Kindred, 2-3. They trail as they'll credit Sanders with kill number 20 tonight. As Collins McQuillan with the serve across. Zerfis, Flayton hit across by Carlson, dug up by Kindred, and they can't get it over. Point, Mayport CG, 4-2 on the side out. As Kylie Cropleen will serve it across. Serve sent over, the set by McQuillan, hit across for the point. Taylor Sanders with kill number 21. She'll go back to the service line. Played Cropleen, set Flayton, Strand for the point. (5-3). Kill number 18 for Peyton Strand. She'll go back to the service line. Sends it across, set, and the swing. Kate Odegaard for the point. 4-5, Odegaard kill 4. Close here in set number 5, expect nothing less. And then a service there into the net, point to Mayport CG, 6-4. Serve is across, the set McQuillan, the swing across by Kittleson, out of bounds, 7-4. As Carlson back to serve. Played there by Sanders and across for the point, Jenner Jordheim. (5-7). As Onkin will serve it across. Set Carlson, hit across Sand, dug up. Onkin, then Keller, and then from the back row, too strong by Sanders, out of bounds. 8-5. As Abby Sand back to serve. Onkin with the set, hit across, dug up by Mayport CG. Strand, Cropleen, dug up, set Onkin and hit across by Jordheim for the point. Jenner Jordheim. but we'll get a violation. So a point was called there for Mayport CG. So 9-5, Mayport CG leads, as that'll force a timeout here on yourliveevent.com. Out of the timeout from Kindred St. Bacon Insurance Agency, Mayport CG with a 9-5 advantage. Looking to pick up the victory here in 5. Kindred has used one timeout. They got one remaining. Mayport CG with both of their timeouts. As Abby Sand back to serve it again. Serve sent across. Set by Onken, battle at the net, tipped there by Kittleson, and we'll get a whistle, and they'll call a net on Kittleson. It's 10-5. As Keller talking with the official, getting the explanation. 10-5. As Carlson back to serve it across again. Keller, and then sent across by McQuillan into the net. 4 hits, and it's 11-5 Mayport CG. So 11-5. Serve is sent across, and then free ball by Jordan. Back to Mayport CG. Set by Carlson. Kropleen, battle at the net. Goes back to Kindred. And then a free ball sent across by Kittleson. Back to the Patriots. Carlson the set. O'Connor the swing. Dug up and tipped past the net. Jordheim, but Jordheim couldn't stop the momentum. She goes into the net. It's 12-5. Sand back to serve. As Sierra Nipstead back in for Kindred. Sand to serve it across, and it was dug up, but then unable to locate it was Kittleson. It's now 13-5, and that will force a timeout called by Kindred. Here we'll take one as well. Mayport CG leads 13-5 in set 5 on yourliveevent.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
So out of the timeout from Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency, it's 13-5. Kaiser Carlson still at the service line for Mayport CG. Serve is sent across. Kittleson, and then free ball sent over by Nipstead back to Mayport CG. Carlson the set, hit over by Olson. Too strong, out of bounds, but they'll call it tip. And so a point, Mayport CG 14-5, it's set point. And match point for the Patriots. Carlson back to serve it across again. Into the net, a service error. Point goes to Kindred. 6-14 they trail after the side out. As 3, Caitlin Brink back to serve for the Vikings. Brink with the serve across. Zerfis set Carlson over on 2. Misplay there by Sanders, and Mayport CG will get the point. They'll pick up the victory here tonight, 15-6. Mayport CG, the 3-2 victory. Your finals. The Patriots victorious 24-26, 25-23, 21-25, 26-24, and 15-6. Mayport CG with the victory. They improved to 7-3 on the season. Kindred will fall to 9-3. Take a break, recap, and when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Visit with Rocky Nedham at Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham, Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and Seedex sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
The Ringneck is the perfect stop for lunch or dinner in Leonard, North Dakota. They have a wide variety menu from burgers, wraps, steak, chicken, and seafood. For that small-town family-owned dining experience, check out the Ringneck today. To place an order ahead of time for takeout, call 701-645-2461. That's 701-645-2461. For more information and daily food specials, search the Ringneck on Facebook. That's the Ringneck in Leonard.
If you have concern or questions about the mental health of yourself or a loved one, Trail District Health Unit's Credible Mind platform offers convenient and confidential resources to help inform you about mental well-being. Credible Mind offers 21 different assessments to guide you in your mental health journey, from sleep quality and burnout to anxiety and depression. To get started today and learn about your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health, visit traildistricthealthunit.crediblemmind.com.
Fun one here tonight as Mayport CG picks up the 5-set victory here tonight, 3-2. The Patriots victorious here this evening. We'll get you our post-game awards. We'll start with our Enbridge Energy player of the game for Kindred. That is Taylor Sanders. 21 kills for her tonight. Also added in 5 service points to pick up the victory. She's your Enbridge Energy player of the game. Life takes energy. Energy for life. Online at enbridge.com. Our Agassi Precision Egg player of the game, Peyton Strand for Mayport CG. She leads the Patriots in kills here tonight with 18. Also added in 3 service points for her tonight. Peyton Strand, your Agassi Precision Egg player of the game. Agassi Precision Egg online at planterdoc.com. Take a break, recap it. Also take a look at our out-of-town score when we return on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro is completing post-frame buildings 80 by 80, 80 by 160, even 80 by 200. Need an addition or shop reskin? Cywick Lumber and Hardware has all materials. They'll complete to your customized building requests. Bifold doors, hydro doors for farm buildings, and metal sail steel for durable construction. Whether it's new, an addition, or a repair, every building project can be done with Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro. All materials, all in one place. Visit or call Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here tonight. Other scores in Class A volleyball here this Tuesday evening. Del Axe Burlington defeats Bottineau 3-0. Valley City defeats Oak Grove 3-2. Turtle Mountain defeats Ned Rose 3-0. Carrington defeats Devils Lake 3-1. Northern Cass defeats Wahpeton 3-0. South Prairie Max defeats Rugby 3-0. Thompson defeats Hillsborough Central Valley 3-1. Hazen defeats Watford City 3-0. Central Cass defeats Lisbon 3-0. Dickinson Trinity defeats Newtown 3-0. And Shiloh Christian and Beulah, no score reported in that matchup here so far tonight. We'll take a break. We'll get you our final stats when we return. YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Cywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
We'll get you our final stats here tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. For Kindred, Ivy Trenbeth with 1 kill, Mallory Keller with 2 service points, Caitlin Brink with 10 service points and an ace, Jenner Jordheim with 8 kills, Lila Kittleson with 4 kills, Taylor Sanders 21 kills and 5 service points, Lauren Onken with 3 service points, Collins McQuillan 4 service points and 2 kills. Kate Odegaard with 11 service points, including an ace and 4 kills. As well as Sierra Nipstad, 1 kill for the Kindred Vikings. For Mayport CG, Kylie Kropleen with 5 service points, including an ace, and 13 kills. Kaisa Carlson, 7 service points, including an ace, and 7 kills. Abby Sand, 5 service points, 2 aces, and 7 kills. Ella Flayton with 11 service points. Kendi O'Connor with 4 kills. Ashlyn Olsen with 2 kills. Peyton Strand with 3 points served and 18 kills. And Hudson Zerfus with 9 service points. 2 of them were aces. We'll take one final break, then recap it when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
So Mayport CG picks up the victory here tonight. A 3-2 victory, defeating Kindred here in this battle between Region 1 and Region 2 competition. Mayport CG, they improved to 7-3. Kindred will fall to 9-3 on the season. A reminder, thank you to all those that you saw and heard through our sponsors throughout this broadcast. Of course, whenever possible, please patronize these businesses. At the very least, stop on in and tell them thank you, as without them, this coverage on yourliveevent.com would not be possible. As we'll keep it here, as we'll get the coach for Mayport CG, Stacy Hansen, here just momentarily coming out of the locker room. So we'll get a quick couple of questions with her tonight as Mayport CG picks up the victory. Again, 3-2. As Coach, thanks so much. Appreciate you joining us here. We'll get you a quick couple questions here because you got to go back to Mayville. I got to get to Moritz, so we'll our bedtimes are approaching. But Stacy, first off, congratulations on the victory. Just to talk about a fun game of volleyball there tonight between these two teams.
Yeah, like I said in the pregame, we've been off for, I think, 12 days without having any matches or playing. So, like you had asked, I wasn't sure how we were going to come out. It was going to be like our first game of the year and a little cold and or excited and ready to go. So, really proud of the girls. They came out with some energy and fought for each of those sets. And thankfully, we got 3 of the 5.
How nice is it, right? The fact that, as this season goes along, the fact that you have a game like this kind of tested, had some things not go your way, especially in set number 1, but able to battle back, go the full 5 and pick up the victory. This
new tier or new division and whatnot, I think we're going to find that it's going to be a battle every night. There's no games that you can kind of sit back. We went 4 sets, I think 5 sets our first match of the year, 4 sets with Oak Grove. So not very often we've gone 3-set matches, so it's good for them to get used to that and hopefully kind of get used to their bodies getting used to playing a few games. Stressful-wise for me, I don't really like it so much in my heart, but it's good for the girls. Yeah, absolutely. As now, this mid part of September, just kind of talk about, what you want to see your girls kind of continue on to improve, develop here as you get through this grind of this season. Improve on just kind of maybe our chemistry and maybe our adaptability in certain situations. Sometimes I think we get a little timid in gameplay, but, it's things that will improve as the season goes on. We've only played for 2 weeks this year so far, and so it's really, really new, and I think the girls will just keep improving as the season moves forward.
All right, Stacey Hansen for Mayport CG. Congratulations on the victory. Thanks for your time, and we'll see as this season progresses along here.
Thank you, and thanks for covering everything.
All right, as that will do it for us here tonight. Thank you. That'll do it for us here tonight on yourliveevent.com. Again, your final Mayport CG with the victory here tonight. 24-26, 25-23, 21-25, 26-24, and 15-6. Again, thank you to the sponsors that you saw and heard throughout this broadcast. Whenever possible, please patronize these businesses. At very least, stop on in and tell them thank you, as without them, this coverage on yourliveevent.com would not be possible. I'm Brady Siebel saying so long and have a great rest of your evening, everybody.